All right, guys, first off, I'm gonna let you know there is gonna be a major update video coming soon on some developments in my life that I've made, some choices that I made here in order to realign with my family and gain much more alignment with who I am, the passions I have in life, what I've been called to do, what I love to do. It's time to make some stuff happen. Again, more about that later, but first off, I wanna show you a cool little project that I've got set up here for this area. Not necessarily garden related, but I just picked up 3 of these trail cameras for a reason. So this was an old brush pile that was cleared out from the center of all of these pine trees here at some point. Started to grow a bunch of weeds. I think we're gonna turn it into an herb spiral basically. But right here is a cute, adorable little home for the striped gophers live here. And so, you know, for instance, I want to get a camera set up right over here so I can get some shots of them coming in and out. I can learn their habits on when they're going in throughout the day, just to learn a little bit more about them as creatures. I thought I heard something over here, and I did. Look at that. So right there, I heard a little rustle and found another home. So these little guys are all over. I don't really want to, you know, upheave their homes and remove them, destroy them. I'd rather figure out how we can work with them in a tasteful manner. Maybe feed them every once in a while for fun and see what we can get them to do for us. So I was just walking over in this field to show you that over here we've been starting to get some sandhill cranes come over in this area. And then throughout the entire field, there's pathways that the animals, deer, have been taken for a long time. I'm sure there's some coyotes coming through here as well, and who knows what other animals we might get. Now, kind of right in the middle of the field is Grandpa's pond here. At one point, on and off, this was a little stream connected to several other ponds and flowage areas between the neighbors, but it's been really dry lately, so hopefully that changes soon. Would love to see this, like flowing water in here would be incredible. But as you can tell, this is probably going to be a major point of interest for any animals coming across. So the Lake Nokomis is way back there. It kind of loops all the way around, way over there, you know, way over here. There's lake kind of surrounding this whole property. So anything that's ultimately coming from the lake or going to the lake, there is a kind of a little bit of a funnel here between this property and some other properties in the area for those animals. Just kind of what I'm assuming. Oh, there we saw a turtle. Just dive down, and then we got bullfrogs all over the place too. So this is a congregation area for many different types of animals. We're gonna go find some of the hoof prints, some of the animal prints, and see what we've got here. But for the most part, the cranes like to come down over here, chill out in this tall grass here. They probably searched for bugs and insects and everything in there, and then get some water while they're at it. You look new, I'm working on patching, but so that is the pond area. We're gonna try a couple of different locations, I'm sure, for it, and see where we have luck. Let's see, where's that turtle? Oh, see that turtle right there in the middle? Tiny little head popping up. There it is. All right, let's keep walking. And then in the field as well, notice there's several areas that have pretty heavy bedding areas. So, like that here. I don't know. What's that? Interesting. You know, just trying to see. I wonder if that was like a leg sticking out or something of whatever animal was laying here. But there's several of them that are consistently laid down like that. And if you can see the animal trails, that's not just my trail. Let's find the next one right there. So see that? I don't know if you see it right there. You can follow that all the way through, and there's lots of other ones that go to different areas. So basically, these are traffic lanes for the animals. They know exactly where they're going. Exactly. And they follow the same paths over and over again. Of course, there's going to be some things that deviate them from those paths, but for the most part, if we can track them, see them, we know where they're going. I thought it'd be cool to get a infrared camera or something like that as well. But there's lots of tracks here. So we've just got to catch them all and see how many different types of animals we've got here. You know, of course, we know of the standard ones, but who knows what else might be out here. There's also I found a larger den somewhere. The hole itself was like 8 inches in diameter, unlike the little striped gopher holes. Much larger, so I'm gonna try and find that again back here and mark it or something so I can get a trail camera on there. Let me see if I can find it on video here, but it was somewhere in this field and I didn't mark it the first time. Oh yeah, look at this. Get this all over the place. Deer scat out there. That's been there for a while. At least a couple weeks, right? Yeah, I'm looking for that. Oh, no way, here it is. Yes, okay. So this one, oh man, I guess the hole itself is much smaller. It's only about 4, just under. I just can barely fit my whole knuckle in there, so I can fit 3 knuckles basically like this. So that's about how thick that is down there. Let's see if I can get my light going on there and get a little view. Otherwise, I do have a scope camera. I think it's here somewhere. I could pop that down there too. If not, definitely want to buy one in the future. I also thought it'd be cool to put a little camera on top of an RC car. Of course, tie a rope onto it just in case we lose it, but I think that'd be a lot of fun too. All right, let's get this light on there. Okay, so yeah, it curves off to the left side, but yeah. And that's it. Yeah, we've got these little bed areas, you know, all over. Some are about twice the size as the others. You know, we've got a bunch of them that are about this size right here. So 2 by 2. And then, you know, there's a few that are like 4 by 3 size. So, you know, the whole point with this is to get to know the land, to get to know the animals more, get in touch with them, see them, just something to get excited about. And that's it. So it's a beautiful piece of property. We plan on moving up here as soon as possible. I'm actually living here right now because I've made the choice that I can no longer live the type of life that I lived down there in the Milwaukee area. I'm so unhappy with a lot of different things, and no matter what I tried, no matter what I did, no matter like how far ahead I'd get for a little bit and then behind and then ahead and behind, I'm just not pleased, not happy with anything. You know, even gardening was tough at times. I think it comes down to not just what I'm doing, but the place, the people, the type of energy, and I absolutely love it here. It feels like I can breathe deeply. It feels like I can be myself 100%, and it feels so good to be with my family again, and friends. So I've been really not spending a lot of time for the last 3 years over, including like you know, holidays and stuff like that, where in the past was usually here at least 5 times, 6 times a year, more even oftentimes than that. So very excited. I hope you guys can see the enthusiasm. I'm excited to share more of the story with you as well on how I got here, it was a wild one. You know, it was hard. It was super hard. It was super unexpected. You know, it's caused a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, a lot of hardship, but it's exactly like I felt like I almost had no choice but to break through into this place at this time. It was a spiritual journey. There's no lying about it. You know, we can talk more about it in the future, and if you know me, feel free to come up to me and ask the entire story. I'd be more than happy to share it with you. But besides that, on this property, we're gonna get trees, we're gonna get new garden areas, we're gonna start layering different garden areas with the grass, compost, building soil, all that kind of stuff, and show people how to do it all along the way, of course, like I always do. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all to my subscribers who've been with me for these last, like nine years maybe. Very excited for this leg of the journey. It is going to be the wildest one yet, so make sure you stay tuned. Thank you all so much. We'll see you in the next episode.